Hello guys, I hope you are all having a great day. Welcome back to another video of Forza Motorsport. And today we're in the Sylvia. I'm sitting here playing with my brakes, making sure they work, and they work just fine. Taking off, we're going into turn 1, getting around number 14 here. He's doesn't really have good acceleration. We got what looks like a Holden Falcon, whatever that car is, just shooting up through the middle. Obviously, a very good high-speed dude. And Barth, I think, knocked him off to the side, though, so that's not really nice. Solburn trying to do the same thing to me, not realizing, hey, there I am on the road too. Going into turn 2, though, or is that turn 4? I honestly don't know if that, little bend on the straight counts as a turn or not. By the way, after that, little left-hander there, I'm sorry, that's a left-hander. I don't know my right from left. It's a bad habit. Getting into the carousel now. Holding 14th down really well. Seemingly catching up to the pack. Miata in a green, blue, whatever that car that is. We're having a little bit of a dispute there. We got some guy going off into the sand, kicking up dust everywhere. And we might be seeing Mirage here at some point, who knows. Staying in number 13's draft, though, Mr. Toyota. At least that's what I'm going to assume that's how it's pronounced. Going to this hairpin here, right on his rear end. We got Rick M23 right behind me as well, though. So, a bit of a three-way battle right now. Seemingly holding him back pretty well. We got Mr. AJ8124 here now, who does take it up from the middle. Rick decides to really mess up my braking line. We got a Trans Am off into the grass. I mean, I never knew Pontiac made lawnmowers. The Barth made a really crappy corner or track re-entry, and we have this not the S2000, the Nissan, whatever that is, coming into me. I end up going into Solburn there, panic button, go right back into him. He goes off track. I come back on at a very bad angle. He lets me by for some reason, but I do get almost 2.5 seconds in penalties. Honestly, I feel like that was my fault, and I was just glad that he was ahead of me before I got back on the track. But he did let me go through, so that was I guess that was a bit of a miscommunication there. Like I said, I have a feeling he was totally in the right, even though he did drive into me, but my panic button, probably not the best, but... And it was coming in the next couple sets of turns, though. I do catch up to Mr. Skidmark here, get a 16th back, even though I got 2 seconds in penalties, so I'm technically still in 17th, but oh well. Got a Yogi Bear, or no, I have no idea how you pronounce his name, but Solburn is right back at my side, though, so he caught back up. If he wants the position, he's probably going to take it by clean measures, obviously, even though I felt like I was at fault for our little mishap at the final hairpin. Going to these S-bends now, we got number 16 who decides to up and quit. Don't know why. He probably just felt, you know what, I can't win, so I don't want to be here anymore. So it is what it is, but at the same time, it's like, hey, look, dude, you're not going to be the fastest on the track. I mean, look at my driving right now. I'm barely out of last place right now. Staying right behind Solburn right now, trying to stay in his draft. He does have a little bit of grip on me. He is in an S2000, which might be the equalizer here. He might have the better car overall. The thing was a very dominant force in Forza Motorsport 7, so especially in C-Class like we're in right now. Going into Cheetah here. Almost gotten spin out by Super Ted Nugent, well, Ted Agent there, taking this final turn a little wide. And this is where Ted shows he has a little bit of acceleration and top speed over us. So trying to keep the inside line here, trying to keep the outside, trying to make to where I could probably do a cutback, braking a little earlier than he does. steering in, trying to take it tight. He doesn't really give me much room, forcing me to back off a little bit, so at this point, we're pretty much just going to sit here and play catch-up. Trying to catch up to him on this corner, but he does hit brake check me, so skipping ahead when I'm playing catch-up, because at Cheetah, he does go off the course a little bit, along with a Pontiac Trans Am, and whatever car that is, but I do catch up to Soulburn as well, so you count that for something. Sergeant Frank here in the Pontiac Firebird, though. Did I call it a Trans Am? I mean, I think they're the same car, but either way. He does make a small mistake. He does go fishtailing. And I decide, you know what, let's just try and keep up with him as best as I can. Try and do a cutback again. Taking this corner a lot deeper. Able to actually execute the move. Getting around him. Securing, well, didn't really secure anything. I'm still technically in 17th place with my penalties, but either way, we did manage to get around him, if that counts for anything. Drink some coffee. My throat's starting to get a little dry. Nice macchiato creamer there. Anyways, going into the curve here, we're trying to catch up to Sanyaka 05. However you pronounce that name. If you're watching this, bud, please say it in the comments down below. I kind of feel bad if I don't know how to pronounce your name, so anyways, he gets around Yogi Bear, and I'm trying to catch up to them as best as I can. So far, it is a bit of a battle, though, because I do got a Trans Am behind me, so I'm trying not to let him get around me as well. Going into this hairpin here. I forget the actual name of it. I know it's named after a really large cat. That's all I can really think about. But either way, really cutting down my best lap time, though. Getting into Cheetah, or not Cheetah. This is Cheetah, or is that the next one? But either way, Sergeant Frank does make a move on the inside, taking 16th away from me, even though he always had it to begin with. He does have another 0.2 of a second in penalties, so don't know how he managed that one. But either way, getting into the final hairpin here. I take it way too wide, and so does he. He starts fishtailing it, but manages to recover really quick. I just stay in his draft, and at this point, you know what? I just say, you know what? Let's go ahead and get in here. Soulburn probably got 17th. Yep. I finished the race in 18th because of the penalties. Good race, besides the little mishaps we had. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the next race. Alright guys, second race of the video. We are taking this to Hakone, Japan. Now, it is raining, so we're going to have to keep that in mind. Track is going to be really wet. I am on sports tires, so my braking zones are not going to be the best, but we are starting off strong, catching up to 11th and 10th. Hanging out on the outside, where the Subaru is going to force me off the track. And I get an 0.8 of a penalty in it. Yeah, if Forza was a corrupt cop, their mentality would be victim blaming. Because I was the entire victim of that entire thing, and I had to get penalized for it. So, getting into the S-curves now, though. We are catching up 0.2 so far. A pretty good race. Got to run down on them. There's a Sergeant Frank, I think his name is, in the Trans Am. Obviously, my Mustang is good in the straight, but when it comes to the corners here, I might not be alright because I did take it way too deep. Completely missing my braking point as well, so that was a bit of a thing. Coming into the final few turns here. Small contact there. I'm trying to keep on the track. We run into one another. I try to correct my mistake by making sure he doesn't come off the track as bad, but I still get a penalty for it, which is, it just goes to show, hey, if you're going to do a good thing by trying to keep people from going off the track for your silly mistakes, you're still going to get penalized for it. Now, keep an eye on this guy, Dab Mach 9, because, we're going to go into turn 1. I'm going to hit the brakes. He's going to turn into me. I end up tapping him. And, of course, he's going to lay on the brakes and keep on, forcing me back. I do get around him, though, so we got that going on. No one really got a penalty for the collision, but this is going to be one heck of a domino effect with him. So he tried to spin me out there. We're trying to keep here. He does successfully spin me out here. I hit the wall. Straighten car back out. I'm facing forward. Back on the track. He does get 4 seconds in penalties because he did have an intentional attack. On this straightaway, though, he does have acceleration, so he does start pulling away from me, but his car is not meant for grip. I do give him a little love tap, and he does push me off the track. Now we're making sandcastles together. And, of course, I get avoidable contact for that. Forza is not good to victim blame. Of course, I get another little almost spun out there. Recover the car, though, just before the turn. And at this point, I decide, you know what, let's just try and get around him as best as I can, even though he's probably going to ram me as hard as he can at this point. Although he does have penalties, so not really too concerned coming behind him. By the way, I do get in his draft. I am getting a little wet from the moisture coming off of his tires due to the wet track. Getting around this Miata, keeping up with him. He does have almost 7 seconds in penalties. You'd think he'd be a bit more cautious now. You'd think he'd get it out of the system, but no, he decides, you know what, he's going to take me out again, taking out the Miata as well, trying to push me into the wall. And of course, he's just trying to make my race a living hell. He's trying to spin me out again. Successfully does it here. And that puts me into last place. Well, yeah, last place because the one guy didn't finish. So we're going to just go ahead and skip ahead to our last encounter with him. We're going into this turn. I do catch up to him, brake a little bit earlier. Do take the inside lane, forcing him to take it wide. I don't think that really helped anything because he does seemingly try to show, hey, look, I'm not going to give you much room. And, of course, right there, he decides, love tap. I keep on the inside. He goes off course, spins me out one more time, forces me off the track. I do go back in, but he does get himself disqualified. So, you know, there goes that one. I do get a little tap from Supreme MTY, you know, because I entered it in the track. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and skip ahead because I do pull off a pretty sick drift in the last few corners. When it comes to the rain, I do find it a little bit of fun to have a little bit of fun. I'm not going to win this anyways, so I do manage to get around Supreme, though. Don't know how, don't know why, but managed to, so anyways, that is going to be the race, guys, in 18th because I don't really catch up to Avon Blund all that well. But you guys seen, I was getting attacked left and right, so nothing really I could do there. Anyways, let's go on to the next race. Alright guys, this is going to be the last race of the video in the 240 SX at Hockenheim. You might know this car as the S13, but in America we know it as the 240 SX. I did spend a lot of time building and tuning, and this is honestly my first online race in the thing. And honestly, it did pretty well. In practice, I was in second place, with Waffle House Dad there in first. A small love tap there from the Challenger. I'm braking right behind this Mustang, get rear-ended, forced into the Mustang. Going into turn 2, that was a bit of a fun time. Managing to get around everyone though, so not really too concerned in the end. Just trying to catch up to Waffle House Dad. I have a feeling anyone he overtakes, I could overtake too. Because, you know, because you got two people in the sand pits making sand castles, and of course if he could take someone, then chances are I could overtake him too, judging by lap times alone. Miata taking it on the inside, making the cutback. I do take it a little too deep, trying to stay on the outside as best I possibly can. Ace Juice behind me, he's gonna go for some ballsy moves. I do try giving them some room, but he decides to tap me off into the track. He taps me off the track right there. And this is where frustration on my end is going to start kicking in, because Forza's corrupt police decide to penalize me for an illegal pass and avoidable contact when I was kind of the victim there. I was already there, and he decided to swerve into me. You got two people really cutting the track there. Almost forcing the Chrysler off. Anyways, catching up to KBR here. I'm in the end of lap 1. Not really thinking straight right now. I almost completely blow this turn just out of frustration. At this point, I'm just at a point of like, okay, screw this game. I want to throw a controller after that because honestly, that was just no bueno at all. I completely missed my braking point into turn 2, so of course I'm just trying to make it to where no one's passing me. I don't want to run the risk of Forza saying, hey, you did an illegal pass when I got passed, so you know, that's going to be a fun thing in my little mindset. You know, since the penalty system is kind of broken overall. BRZ behind me, Pet Plus here. I do miss my braking point again, taking it way too deep. Pet Plus gets around. I'm kind of letting my anger get the best of me here. And in an attempt to catch up to him, I'm also very frustrated as of right now, so I decided, you know what, we're going to relieve some frustration by making a sandcastle. You guys, for those that know, you know the best way to relieve frustration is to just make sandcastles, so if you ever been there, I think you owe me a like. Anyways, that's my only time I would be begging for likes and subscribes, so keep that in mind. At this point, I drop back down to 15th. I do actually calm down a little bit out of frustration. Well, I should say getting out of that frustration. So, trying to remember my braking points. Just focus on catching up to everyone. I do manage to catch up to the Mustang that I ended up rear-ending thanks to a someone who was behind me. Not too sure who it was. I didn't quite catch it as doing this voiceover. But anyways, we got cars 3 wide. I hit the brakes, lock him up a little bit. Big 10, he goes off track, giving me technically 13th, but not really because before penalties and all that. So anyways, at this point, I'm trying to catch up to Eddie Flynn, who does have 5 seconds in penalties. I don't know how, and I don't know if the guy ahead of him has any penalties, but anyways, I'm just trying to focus on catching up to him. And with that being said, we are going to skip ahead because we're on the final lap. I do start really reeling him in, if I could speak. Going into the final sets of turns, I'm right on his bumper right now, and I'm just trying to really reel him in. Chrysler, not really the best at taking these corners as of right now. Seems to have fishtail here and there, so that's going to be a fun time. Anyways, going into the final double right-hand turn. Again, don't know my right from left. And going across the finish line right about now. Finish at, let's see here, what do we finish at again? We finish in 11th, just under the top 10, so couldn't really complain. I mean, I did get 2 seconds in penalties for really crappy reasons, but anyways, that's going to be the video, guys. If you liked it, please hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Pretend I said something corny here, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.